Hey guys, it's Mega. Back today with a video for you guys. And no, it's not an Akko switch, but this time it's a Gazzew U4Tx. I had to stop myself from saying boba because it's no longer a boba switch. It's sent over by our good friends at Zion Studios, but not for review, but to be given away. Just thought, since it's already here, might as well make a review on them. Stick around, maybe you could find out how you can win these switches. Hey guys, so this is the Gazzew U4Tx, which is the next iteration of the Gazzew Boba U4T. But I would say this switch is kind of a mix of both the U4T and the U4, because this switch has silicone pads on the rails of the switch.
Squishy, 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 squishy.
Why the hell do I look like this?
But it only affects the upstroke more than the downstroke. But of course, since this is a review, you gotta tear it down. So first off, the housing is made out of Gazzew's own plastic mix, and they are 5-pin of course. A little similar to that of the original Boba U4Ts, but people have noted the U4Ts yellow over time. So if it is similar, then it will probably happen to these as well. For the springs, these are bottomed out at 65 grams as compared to the U4Ts, which come in at 68 grams and 62 grams. As for the star of the show, or should I say the stem of the show,
Funny, funny, funny.
it has a box design now, or dustproof stem, which we all love because Akko has been using it with almost all their pro switches recently. And it's made out of POM, which is also a long pole, much like its older counterpart. As for the tactility, the tactile bump of the U4Tx is a bit less compared to the U4T. And as I mentioned, it has some silicone pads on the rails to dampen or silence the upstroke, hence the switch being called a semi-silent switch. There is a bit of lube on the springs and on the rail. I guess it's the Gazzew way of lubing. But the stem still does feel a bit scratchy. So yeah, lubing is recommended for these switches. But when typing on it, I did not feel the scratchiness too much, but it's definitely there. Speaking of typing, this is the typing test of the Gazzew U4Tx on my test bench, or also known as my Tiger 80 Lite, which you can see the specs on the description or in my other videos. So my final thoughts on the Switch. The switches are not bad. The sound is quite interesting and different. And it's definitely thockier than the U4T. I did always say these silent switches are the secret to thockier keyboards. And like I said, the scratchiness is barely noticeable. I don't think it's even a problem. typing on it already, you're not gonna notice it. But if you do, then I think you can still lube them up to reduce that scratchiness. So if you haven't bought the batch yet, Zion has some for sale and in stock as of making this video. So check them out and they're worth a try for sure. Unless you want to win these switches, mechanics are in the bottom.